Well, we're an hour and a half out from the Meadowlands. We drove down today. Ava stayed home. She is cheer, what do you call it, practice? Competition.
Wait, how's she going to go there?
Dr. Mike's going to take her cheer competition, and then what she have Sunday? Some cheerleading or something. Anyway, Ava's not here, I guess, is the main point I'm trying to get at. Everybody else is present. Addie's here, Ollie's here, Mummy's here. Now we're going to talk about the babies, give a little different spin, because I told you all about the babies I went with in the sets on, what day was that, Wednesday? It went very good. Do you know Curtis put that on live?
That's risky.
That would not have been my first choice. I just assumed he was going to take the videos, edit them, and send them out to you guys. I didn't know they were making it live. First time babies in a group all together. We jogged the babies on the track, but that was the first time they were ever in sets, ever. Not maybe the best time to video live, but it went off without a hitch. The babies were all great. I was happy with the ones I went with. I want to talk about the ones you went with. You said the other day when I was talking, I missed Bobby. Bobby was good, right? Yeah. I like Bobby. Did I dream that, or did you say that her ear is now working?
Her ear is forward and back.
It's working. So, you guys may not know what we're talking about. When we went to the sale, and this was Dr. Hutchinson, Randy Hutchinson had said, I like this filly, Rose Run Bobby. And I looked at her, I said, she's okay, her pedigree's already. He said, watch her video. Well, if you go back and watch her video, her ears just flapping around. Like it was just like somebody taped it on her head. I'm like, what's with her ear? And he goes, so here's the story. She got her head stuck in something when she was a baby and ended up with paralysis. Her eyelid is a little sleepy. Her ear doesn't work right. Her lip on this side droops down a little bit, which, again, immediately you'd be like, I don't know if I really want this horse, so do I? But they checked her airway, all the mechanics on that side of her head and her body, everything works fine. It's just paralysis a little bit. So Amy is saying that now, you're sure?
Yeah.
It works.
I sent Marcia a picture. She's like, I can't believe the difference.
It's working. The ear is working.
But, so what's
is her lip still drooping?
Yes.
Oh. What about her eyelid?
Her eye is doing well, actually.
No. Anyway, she trots really nice. I didn't talk about her. I didn't talk about her the other day. I forgot to talk about her the other day, and Amy noticed it right away and said you didn't. Well, listen, from time to time, you guys know I skip over a horse from time to time. It's just in my head. It doesn't work right also. My paralysis in my brain. From time to time, we'll jump over a horse, not meaning to, and Bobby was one of those horses. So my apologies to all our partners in Rosa and Bobby's group. She went good. Amy was happy with her. She didn't do anything wrong.
No.
You said after she got shot, she was over in the shaft a little bit. Did she come off
I thought she was better, actually.
Oh, good. So it's probably just a little tender when they put the shoes on.
The only one I went with that was not a fan of the screen. Did you see me go in the winter circle?
No, who?
Bobby.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. They all gotta learn. They all gotta learn. You gotta turn that back on. They all gotta learn to do their work. So we're gonna go through the babies, and Amy and I are gonna talk about other ones. There's some of them that I haven't gone with. I haven't gone with Supermind. Maybe the first day. So Amy and I were talking about the other day. Hogs on his head check. There's two ways to approach that. First way is a little more gentle. Take the head check right off for now, and then you can
I honestly think he'll do a somersault.
No, you won't. Amy's worried that she doesn't like when we train her race horses with no head checks, and when the heads are very low, she gets concerned. It's natural, but it's nothing to worry about. And with Supermind, he just wants to get his head really low. And for now, I'm more apt to just say, take the head check off and let his head down. We can put a check bit in his mouth or put a little more severe over check. But for right now, I'm not that worried about that. I'm more apt just to let his head down. Just take the head check right off and let him get his head down. But beautiful horse. I think maybe the first day I went with him, and I haven't gone with him since. You go with him every day, and he trots nice though, right? From what I can see, beautiful horse.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna make it the whole time as a stud.
Oh yeah, we have some that have to be castrated.
He's not loud or anything, but he tries to pull up and do the U-turn on every lap. Every lap, he knows where the exit is.
Don't let him see the exit.
And
pull them up and down. You guys may have somebody messaged the other day and asked why we pulled some of them up in front of the grandstand, some of them up in turn. It's a great question. I don't want them getting used to doing everything a certain way, because as we turn to go off the gate, they know where the gate is. For those of you that have ever watched how we do it, when we go to exit the track, we'll turn them at the gate. Jack Darling taught me that a long time ago. Because it... Yes, may I help you?
I'm having
Ava what?
You know how to spell Ava.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spelled it.
And then
Hey,
you know
Turkey.
how to spell I.
We have a news broadcast going here. What are we even breaking in for, Turkey Mom? So, no more questions for right now about Ava or coloring. We're talking about horses. So, we do that so that they don't learn to run off the track, right? There's nothing worse. Once they get that habit, it's almost unfixable. When you got a horse that has now tried to exit the track, there's nothing you can do about it, and it's actually quite dangerous. So what we'll do is jog them back and turn them at the gate so they don't go straight off the track. They turn at the gate. And we pull them up in different places when we're starting with them. I want them to start to learn, not just
Smart.
exactly. They're super smart. They're like kids. And you don't want them to learn too much right away. I don't want them getting used to pulling up in a certain place at a certain time. They may just decide that that's where they want to pull up from now on. And I don't want them doing that. So, super mind. A lot of the horses, and I have to remind our caretakers, a lot of them, you come in, the horses will be squealing and roaring and playing. We're not going to castrate horses the first week we get them in, unless they're nasty. But just because they're playful and loud, they're just asserting themselves. There is going to be an alpha in every group, and maybe some of those alphas are in our barn. And they have to learn that maybe they're not the alpha anymore. But that comes with time. And you can't just say, first week, we're going to castrate a horse. Like the little pacer, what's his name? Highest Honors. Oh, he's loud. I don't care if he's loud. The loudness will stop. But the attitude, now you're talking about supermind, if you're going to start pulling up and acting up, well, then you're going to get castrated. Being mean, being rude, being sour on the track, you'll get castrated. Just stuff that you shouldn't do, but you choose to over and over again on the bad side of things. Those are the types of things that get you castrated. But just being loud the first couple of weeks, I'm not gonna be too upset over that. So let's start with the babies from top to bottom. The ones that you went with, we'll talk about. The ones I went with, I'll talk about again. And if I have any notes on the other ones that I talked to our other trainers about, then we'll break in. So who's our first one? Aunt Sarah. Nice filly. Joe really liked her. He asked about it. This is Tennessee Tom's sister. Somebody asked me what happened to Tennessee Tom, and the finally broke down. Door suspension in the final.
Did he?
Yeah.
In the final?
Yep. Going by the half, he was like even money on the board and injured himself, made a break. So he'll be done for a while. The one thing I always found intriguing, Burke, they'll keep them forever. You'll see Tennessee Tom show up next Christmas or something on the track. I always think that's the coolest thing, that you're going to hang on and hang on and hang on and just stick with the horse. It's so easy, just say, we'll give him away. And we do that. If it's a bad enough injury, I'll give the horse away or whatnot. But for such a big stable to do it, I think it's pretty impressive. So I don't think you've seen the end of or the last of Tennessee Tom. Certainly not of his family, as we have his sister here. And Joe loved his sister the other day, Joe Cramp. And she looked very, very good. Blue Rare?
Yeah.
I love this filly. Did you see her on the track? She is gorgeous. Big, giant, beautiful filly. Does her work really, really well. I like Blue Rare quite a bit. And obviously it's too early to start. Oh, she's going to do this, she's going to do that. Don't know if she can do anything. But she has got one beautiful way going. And she is a big, strong filly. Who went with her the other day? Joey went with her the other day. He liked her. Who we got next?
Capistrano Nights.
She was better. She's been better.
Did you see what she did, though?
No.
Oh, friend.
What'd she do?
So, she was pacing. I had the little pacing hole.
Yeah.
She was pacing, right? They were pacing good together.
Yeah.
Right? So, anyway, I had decided to go onto the left. And thank God, because she just was like, I'm done. And, like, there. And you know what she did in the barn to you that day? She literally did that on the track. And I thought they were going to go right through the fence.
Yeah, so the one thing you got to remember too with the babies, especially ones like that, you have to stay 2 steps ahead of them. That's easier said than done. You might ask yourself, Anthony, what are you talking about? You have to look at the body language of the horse, how it's behaving, and every little motion, every little move. You have to be in front of. You have to understand what they're thinking about doing and beat them to it. Like Amy, she should have thought that the screen on my iPad was going to lock, but she didn't, and it locked. So. Nothing, honey. So I'll go with Capistrano Nights. She's a feisty little bugger. Her mother was the same way, but man, when push came to shove, she could rock. And this filly paces all day long and looks really nice doing it. Can't wait to see her in the hobbles. But as far as the acting up and wheeling around, that will come
Captain Doolittle.
Captain Doolittle. Who went with him the other day? I believe.
I didn't touch it.
No, it does that. It times out. So you're used to using yours. I don't know why he does that. I'm gonna have to ask him to change it every 5 minutes. Well, look, I'll tell you what it is. Every 10 minutes it logs out. So you go to horses of the stable. Yeah, it's your turn. Yeah. Now click on age, only age. There. And it'll go to 1 there. Now we scroll back down to where we were. Where were we? Captain Doolittle. I think Ron was Paul or Ron Paul. Is his name Paul? Paul. Yep. He went with him the other day. He didn't tell me much about him. He trotted around nice. That was the one thing. It wasn't that anybody raved about the horses they went with. You know, Joe liked Aunt Sarah and a couple other horses, and Joey liked some, but nobody raved about them. But the thing that I liked the most about the other day was nobody complained about them, right? The only horse that opened fire was the one I went with a little bit, and that was that Your Little Filly. She kicked twice, but she's just a spitfire. She'll stop doing that soon enough. Scram. Really? Huh. But when it comes to all the horses, there was no complaints for the most part. Now, Captain Doolittle was one of them. Has done nothing wrong. Trot's nice. Really happy with him. Next.
Cheers to Beers.
Cheers to Beers. You've been going with Beers. I went with a couple of days. He is small. He's small. And John and I have come up with a pretty good formula. I think that we're going to sell the horses one by one. We'll get into that this week. Well, this is the 2-year-old videos. But we'll get into it in the opening this week. John had said, Anthony, what if we put all the training and all the staking, regional staking, into each horse and say, this is what won't cost you a bill until May. I don't like doing that. The stable was not set up that way, and I don't like doing it. But for our clients, this is an in-house proposition. For our clients, say, okay, here's your chance to buy into a horse. You don't have to worry about him until May 1st. Well, really, June 1st, 2025. That would cover all your bills and your staking. I didn't warm to it right away. I can see why it would be helpful. And the fact that we're not offering it up to new people into the industry, the reason we do it this way is because I want everybody to understand there are bills attributed with the horses, right? It does cost money outside of just buying the horse. And to just let somebody get into the industry and here's your price for the horse, no bills. I know they do it in the thoroughbreds and stuff with micro shares. I want everybody to be immersed in the reality of horse racing, not just the horse of horse racing. And I think if we just do it in-house and just don't make a big fuss and muss about it to new clients getting involved, then I guess I don't have a problem with it. So that's probably the angle we're going to go. Cheers to Beers is obviously one of those horses, our homebred. Pretty little guy. He is small, but he trots really, really nice. You like the way he moves, eh?
Yeah, he was trotting really
right along,
fast,
yeah.
and he had no shoes on.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of those trotters have shoes up front.
That's right.
That'll help their gait a little bit.
100%. He's just got a nice little square gait. He moves nice. He's not a midget or anything, but he is on the smaller side of medium. Who's next? Degas. I love Degas. Joey called her Degas the other day, and somebody messaged me, Sam messaged me and said, Anthony, I hear how you're saying this horse's name, but wouldn't it be Degas like Las Vegas? And I said, well, that's how it reads, but the only reason I knew it was because I know that the people that bred Degas, they name all their horses after paintings or artists. Remember, yes. Baumhugger and all them? And I know Degas, I just know the name, right? French artist. I'm not an art enthusiast. Never really explored that angle of my life, but I do know the name. So Degas is a filly I picked out. Now, Amy and I picked out a number of horses quietly. You picked out the big Dio guy. What's his name? Royal Flush Dio. I picked out Degas. She was one of my top picks. None of us got our top picks. They just went for too much money. But I would say of the horses we acquired, one of my top picks of the entire group thus far in 2024 was Degas. I liked her video, I like her attitude, and I love how she moves on the track. Diosa de la Danza. Oh, very good. Diosa de la Danza. That's right. That is the fastest 2-year-old. Now, it's funny. We have the sister to the fastest 2-year-old ever, and we have the brother to the fastest 2-year-old trotting gelding ever. It was Maury. Diosa de la Danza is a beautiful filly. This is a Dancing Yankee, sister to Sippin' on Sea Rock, the horse that has a very, very good chance in the Breeders' Crown tonight. Out of the Ron Burke stable, one of his 4 million entries he has in the Breeders' Crown this year. I believe one of the 4 he has in the pacing division of the Breeders' Crown. Just a really, really nice looking filly. Little cranky, like most of the Dancing Yankees when we broke them. But I saw her going the other day. She looked good. Have you gone with her? No, probably not, because she's been a little bit of a handful. Look at that place. Blue Ridge Ice Cream and Cafe. Huh. Who we got next?
Don't ask again.
Don't ask. Oh, this is Pickpocket's sister. She did attempt to open fire the other day and has been crusty all week and was kicking the gate the other day. I told everybody she's going to move over and I'll go with her from now on. She is clearly what you would consider the alpha, even though she's a filly. She's the alpha of wherever she came from. I can guarantee you that. She just got that little I dare you to, right? Or the FOFA. We'll talk about what that means later on.
Okay.
FAFO. Yeah, FAFO. FAFO. She's got a little bit of that in her. And I'm going to tell you what, I got a little of that in me too. So her and I are going to be paired up for a little while. And I like the filly. Obviously, we love her brother. And I don't mind. It's not that they're mean, but you can tell they got that, listen, just move along or something bad's going to happen here in a minute kind of attitude to them. And once we kind of chip away at that, you're going to see a pretty nice filly emerge. She is a dandy, a beautiful filly. These Captain Corey's look nice. Eh? Mm-hmm. Look really, really nice. So, next. Dune. That's Mishy. Yeah. That's our trip to Ludington next year. Yeah. I told Amy. Nice. Amy liked Ludington too. I was surprised there's no pushback from me. You liked it that much, did you?
I'm just not going to argue with you about something.
That's not a lie.
That's going to be in August.
No, you don't. Tell the truth. You had fun, didn't you? Silver Lake and Ludington. It was funny. It was fun. I like going to places like that. Addie Bear did not like the jet skis. She was not a fan of the jet skis at all. But she'll be a year older next year. So the Michigan filly, she's not gated yet. She was just out goofing off, playing around, having fun, behaving. We'll get these horses started, gating them up. Keep in mind.
What, I don't know what they put their lip numbers on with in Michigan.
I know that glue is still on her butt.
Literally like Gorilla Glue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like you gotta shave it off. Just let it grow back in.
It's insane.
Yeah. We're probably not going to worry about getting them gated up. Remember, next week is Harrisburg, so there's over 900 horses that are going to come out of Pittsburgh or out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and not be gated next week. So there's no rush to get ours gated. Next,
Emerald Tom.
I haven't gone with Emerald Tom since day one. Have you?
Yeah.
Then you can talk about Emerald Tom.
He's the one that clamped my line the other day.
Oh yeah. Remember? Yeah, Amy got worried. You just got to remember, don't panic. You just don't panic.
I didn't panic. But I got off the drug cart, which I regretted immediately.
Why?
I don't know. I don't think you should.
No, you shouldn't.
Not on concrete.
If you just let him walk along and just hold it out a little bit, he'll loosen up and his tail loosen up.
He scared himself.
That's
though,
what that
and
happens.
then they won't loosen their tail up.
They will. You just give them a couple minutes and talk to them. They'll just give them a couple of seconds and talk to them. They'll come back around, but they do spook themselves. How's he trotting otherwise?
Oh, he's nice.
He trots nice. Good. Everybody, like I said, I went with all of them.
The long
the first week.
though, I'm a little.
Some of them are really good. You know what? The problem I have with the long toms, you guys know how I feel about. You know how I felt about I Don't Play Nice and of Tom.
Hey, but I told you all year that he seemed not quick.
Well, there was times where he showed quickness, but he didn't carry it and he didn't accelerate quick enough. And then after a while, if their attitude just wanes just the littlest bit, what you're left with is a horse that doesn't want to speed up, won't carry their speed, and doesn't really care what happens. And I don't like that. I'm not saying that I Don't Play Nice is there, but he definitely regressed throughout the season, and I don't like that. I want to see. But again, he was immature too. Is he going to mature and be a better 3-year-old? I don't know. But that's why I was kind of sheepish on the long toms this year. Is we've had a few now that have really fooled me. I don't like being fooled, and I just, as I said, I was a little sheepish at the sale. But we still ended up getting one or two of them. So you like Emerald Tom? How he trots? Everything is good.
He trots nice.
Good. Next.
Had to know.
Oh, I love this guy. You went with him. What?
I don't know. Obviously, it's just because of his size, but it was literally like Granite Hill out there.
What do you mean?
Stumbling.
Oh, he's just got sloppy stifles. It's all right. No blush to them, and So here's the thing. And generally speaking, when you see the horses knuckle over, they're immature. Their stifles are immature, so they got to put muscle on. You got to keep their toes short when you first start them out. Also, put a little scurf on their stifles, and then what we'll also do is baycox them. It's one of those things where it's did you baycox that horse? It is a symptom, knuckling over, stumbling,
So
neurological. It is. So
we'll
we'll probably treat him for EPM along the way, keep his stifle scurfed up, but man, what a beautiful gait on that colt. He is really, really nice. I love watching. I watched you jog him the other day, or train him. I just watched him go for about most of a full lap. He had a beautiful gait.
Yeah.
Who we got next?
Hanger 1.
Hanger 1, I like a lot. He's got a lot. Well, he's got a lot of talent. He's a beautiful horse. Amy hates the horses that act up and fool around and bounce around.
That is not true.
That's true. I love those horses. I like the ones that are feisty. He's not mean. He's not angry. He's not rude. He's just a little edgy.
You always give horses that excuses.
I do, especially the ones that feel like they're just wiry, like they want to take off. Yeah, I do give them. I give it
last year.
No, and was I wrong?
Green glitter.
What did I say about Green Glitter last year? Only thing that can stop her from being a good horse is what God gave her. Didn't give her enough. He gave her 4 cylinders and a low ceiling, and that's why she didn't stay with us. And that's the same for every horse. I can't say that about anybody yet. That would be unfair. But I do like this colt. And the fact that he's got a brother that can trot as fast as he did. And don't kid yourself. If his brother ended up in the winner's circle tonight, it wouldn't shock me at all. So,
I'm not saying.
Hanger 1, very nice horse. Next.
He's a fearless Peter.
I haven't gone with him enough, but every time I see him, he's got his ears on his neck. He is going to find the first scalpel that Dr. Latessa has sterilized and ready for work.
Really? That's your first victim?
Oh yeah, no, the attitude. No, 100% attitude. And I've seen this movie before with the Uncle Peters. No, they don't get much. They don't get a wide berth. They act up, castrated immediately. And with this guy, I just don't. You chirp to him, and his ears go on his neck right away. Like, I don't like that. But this isn't the first one I've seen like this. And then not the first. Well, last year, the other filly would kick the piss out of you if you chirped to her. Aunt Lily. Aunt Lily. Who?
I thought you said Grand Slam.
No, Grand Slam is not an Uncle Peter. She has nothing to do with Uncle Peter. But Aunt Lily did. And you remember how nasty she was when we first broke her?
She was nasty. She didn't like other horses.
She didn't like
not very
anybody.
Many people.
She didn't like any breathing things around her is what she didn't like. But she turned out to be a nice filly. It's just that edginess of the Peter's fine, but he is going to get castrated. Both him and his little friend, the other Uncle Peter. They're both going to be castrated. Keep going. Yeah.
Highest honors.
I like this colt. You went with him. I only went with him one day, so you can talk about him.
I've only gone with him twice, but
But you went with him the other day when we trained.
Yeah, he's very nice. He just paces all day long.
That's all he does?
That's all he did.
Oh, that's nice. So this is the pacing colt by Summa Cum Laude.
A very good clip too.
Yeah, he looked good the other day. I saw him. Like I said, I only went with him the first day. I saw you going with him the other day. He looked perfect. And nice. But you were talking about castrating him too. What was up with that?
No, you were the one that said it because you said he was being loud.
No, somebody told me he was being loud and rude and mean, and I said, well, the first two aren't gonna. Just put a couple of weeks of work into them and see what they do before I start jumping to conclusions. So I'm glad to hear that. So highest honors is good. Next.
In New York, I love
this one. Yeah, I said to Amy the other day, 2 horses we bought so far feel like you could turn them and go a mile with them. And one of them is he's got that really, even Rob had sent me a message. He goes, that in New York's got a really weird kind of unique gait. And I said, it's a very unique gait. It's got the stretches right out up front. Now, a perfect example of, we were talking about videos. We looked at his video.
It's horrible.
Horrible video. But that's why he didn't garner the interest that he probably should. His brother brought 6.
Small.
His brother, he's a chimpanzee. They're all going to be small.
Yeah.
His brother brought 600 last year. There's nothing structurally wrong with him, but he didn't have a good video. And I told everybody, it's hard for people to really believe what I'm about to say, but I've said it time and time again. I literally, were you there when I bought him? Were you standing right there?
Yeah. Oh.
I
was
was in a heartbeat and a blink of an eye
I was there.
away from getting him for 25. I mean, it was like the hammer just felt like it was on its way to the gavel at 25. And I thought it was Irv that jumped in. Somebody did from over there and ran me right to 72. But, you look at his video and like, there's not a whole lot to look at there. But everybody in the family was a pretty good horse. So when we got him home and broke, we're on the track, and this still kind of weird, nice but weird gait, and he's a different one. They put the shoes on him, and immediately he was beautiful. The other day he was perfect. I was really, really impressed with what I saw from in New York the other day, which shouldn't be shocking. It's Kings County's family. The entire family is good top to bottom. Oh, need a little help here? We're at the 25-minute mark. You gotta hurry up a little bit, too. So yeah, in New York, I couldn't be any happier than what I saw from him. Moves nice, great attitude. He's going to grow up to be a decent-sized colt, probably a large-sized chimpanzee. How are you making out there?
It's slow.
Is it? Yep. Mm-hmm. So in New York, who do we get next? Jailbird Jog. Did you go with her yet? Oh, she is sweet too. She's another really, really nice filly. Got a nice gait, nice attitude. It was weird. Joe said, "The jog horse there, what's that one?" And I said, "The jog filly's a tactical landing, and she's out of a Western Terramare." He said, "A what?" Western Terramare. How come? I said, "That's just the way they bred her." That mare is a sister to the horse that was. His mother is a sister to the mother of the horse that was the favorite in the Elite Lop this year. Very, very good family and a very nice filly. And before you worry about it, all she does is trot on the track. Who's next?
Joe J. Fote.
Did you see her the other day?
I did, yeah.
Nothing like the other two. Quiet, chilled, nothing bothers her, and a beautiful, beautiful gait. For Joel out there, I can tell you, I have had 3 of the 4 horses out of this mare. First filly, sadly, contracted pneumonia when she was 2, and was never any good after that. Sweeney, everybody liked, but just spent most of his 3-year-old year a little bit sore, and just never really got what I felt was really got to his full potential. And this filly is so much better. Look at this view. I think I'd show everybody this. It doesn't do it justice. It's all mountains. Good to drive on the way to New Jersey for sure. It is really, really nice along the stretch of highway. What is this? Route 611? Is that right? I-80 East. That's what it is. So Joe J. Fote just looks really nice on the track. What I like about her, she isn't skittish and concerned about everything the same way Sweeney was. She has got such a beautiful, flawless gait. She just floats over the ground. Sweeney always had that busy kind of action to him. Really, really aesthetically, he looked nice. But you can tell, geez, he hits the ground kind of hard. Is it going to be a problem? This filly just floats over the ground. So I like everything I've seen so far from Joe J. Fote. Who's next? Put that away.
I am getting our child situated.
Okay.
Jolene Hall was sick.
Jolene Hall was sick the other day. Have you gone with her yet? I've just seen her on the track since the first day. She trots beautiful. She's the medium-sized, ready-for-money filly.
No, I have not gone with her.
Yeah, she's nice. I like her. She didn't get to go the other day. She was a little sick, but trots 1, 2, 3, 4, and looks really good on the track. Next.
Judy's money.
Judy. I haven't gone with Judy, so you're going to have to talk about Judy. This is where you talk.
What do you want to know?
Anything you want to tell us about Judy? Because I don't know. You bought her.
Yes,
You picked her out. I haven't gone with her other than once. You haven't gone with Judy's money once?
No.
Really? I went with her one time. She trots nice. She looked good the other day.
Okay.
I guess that's all we can report on Judy's money.
I haven't heard anything bad about her.
Nope, neither have I. Next.
I should say Kentucky.
Because she is Kentucky. She's dual eligible. She's Ohio, Kentucky, and I think Wendy you couldn't put 2 in there at the same time, so she picked Kentucky this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lifting Legend.
Lifting Legends, a muscle mass colt. You've gone with him lots.
Yes.
I did not go with him. I went with him one
He
day.
doesn't do anything wrong. He's just a racehorse.
Just a nice horse. There you go. Right
He's a little...
Very nice horse.
A little lazy.
Little lazy. Nice and muscle mass. You see that, but you don't want the ones that are crazy hot either. I'd rather have the quieter ones. So that was Lifting Legend. Who you got next?
We have Love Sensation.
Oh yeah, the filly. She didn't get to go the other day because she was sick. Tyler goes with her every day, and he really, really likes her. That's the Walnut filly, right? Dual eligible Walnut filly. Yeah, Tyler likes her a lot. I haven't gone with her much just because she does everything right. Don't need to go with her. Have you gone with her at all?
No.
So, who we got next?
Megan. Megan's a little...
Oh, Megan. Megan's a little fiery, but that's all right. She trots nice when she's trotting, but she is a little fiery sometimes. Who's she by again?
She's
Uncle Peter. There you go. She's an Uncle Peter, a little fiery. Megan will be just fine. She's trotting good, but she does act up. So we'll check in a little bit later when we get the rust. When we get the rust polished off. Well, Megan. Who's next?
Millie's girl.
Millie's girl. She can get a little fiery too, but she's out there doing her work good. You know, it's hard because when you don't have the pacers gated, you're just out there galloping, right? Oh, she gallops nice. You know, what am I going to say? She hasn't hit the pace yet, but lots of them haven't. And obviously, we all loved her mother, Miss Mildred, and super excited to see how this filly's going to turn out. Who we got next?
We have Neuromancer.
Neuromancer has got one of the nicest gaits I've seen in a baby this year for sure. Him and in New York are the two that I swear you could turn them right now, and go a mile and 250 with them right now. They both trot beautifully, and I love everything about Neuromancer. He is really, really nice and got a great attitude on the track.
Perfect Thought. Have you gone with her?
Yeah, I went with her the last 2 days. She's really nice. She doesn't hit the pace yet either. Trots beautifully, quiet, nothing bothers her. She was a little bit sick when we got her, so she missed about 4 days. She was looking at the TV screen, looking over here, looking over there. But you know what? When push comes to shove, just a really, really good looking filly. I can't wait to get her gated up and pacing. She's a beautiful filly. That is the perfect sting filly out of his sister to Big Jim. Who we got next?
Pretty Eyes.
Your filly.
Yeah.
She can be a little mongrel. She's the only one that kicked the other day. She's just being a little stubborn
She's
bugger.
very stubborn.
Yeah, but she'll come. Much like your mom.
I'm blaming mostly
Great confirmation. Stands at 11-1.
That was your fault.
Well, whatever.
You bred a standoff mare to a standoff stallion.
Well, you don't know if he stands off. It's just coincidental that a lot of his progeny stand off. So I'm not too worried about it though, because standoff or otherwise, his progeny might stand off, but they don't lean into themselves very bad. They just pick at themselves. Like Austral, he taped his knees up.
She's gonna need more tape.
Yeah, she's gonna need some Gorilla tape. But she's a little fiery. Can't report much. She trots nice when she's trotting. She just needs to do more of it. Next. Rico Tubbs trots nice. That was a value play. If you go a flyer from Lexington, I like what Rico Tubbs does on the track. Decent. This is full brother to Sonny Crockett. I think that Rico will do fine. You know, expectations are tempered. You know, he was an $11,000 yearling. Looks nice. Everybody liked him except for Steve and Amy and Rob and Randy. But everybody else in our group of 5 liked him.
Oh my God. Ride in the rodeo.
That's not true. Rob and Randy bought into Rico Tubbs. So there you go. How do you like that? Ride in the rodeo, beautiful filly. At A+ for attitude.
Yeah,
She got it, obviously not gated up yet, but what a sweetheart. She is the nicest filly to work with. Day 1, put the harness on her, jogged her 2 laps, come in, turned her. You got to remember, when you go to turn them and they haven't had that jog cart on before and their butt gets over on that shaft, sometimes they get spooked and they get nervous and they won't do their work. Her, just turn, go back to the barn, no big deal. Just a real nice filly.
Bobby. Rose Run Bobby.
Well, you're going to have to tell them about Bobby.
Bobby's nice.
You're going to have to do better than that.
I don't know. What do you want me to say? She has a nice gait.
Keep going.
She doesn't work properly.
Let's keep going. You don't have to stop. See, these aren't bullet points. You can talk about her in flow.
I don't have...
I don't know.
She's nice.
Okay. She's nice. I don't know. All right. That's Bobby. Next. Holly.
Royal Duchess.
I like Royal Duchess. I like the way Royal Duchess moves. She was one of my, and Steve went on me about this when we first bought her. He goes, "Who's your top pick of the sale?" He goes, "And don't tell me it's the one that costs next to nothing." I said, "Well, one of them." Royal Duchess, I liked her pedigree. I like her eye. If you just watch her walk by other horses, not that she does anything different, she is super, just laser focused on everything going on around her. And it's scared of nothing, which is important. Yeah. It's not that she's looking around because she's worried. She's just taking everything in with this really, really odd focus, and I like everything about this filly, and I can't wait to start training her. Royal Flushdale. I only went with once. He trots nice. Yeah. He's loud though.
He is loud.
He's a noisy bugger. I'll tell you what. If you were going to castrate a horse,
he's not loud in the barn though.
Yeah, he's so loud and annoying on the track. But again, that will dissipate with work. If you were going to castrate a horse for being annoying and loud, it would be him.
It would be Cheers to Beers.
Yeah, 100%.
He nickers so much that it makes him cough.
Yeah, it's true. He is very annoying. But we're not going to castrate either of them for that. If their attitudes stay good, then that's fine. That nickering and roaring and squealing, that all stops. Get some work into you, get a little tired, and I can assure you there'll be nobody out there squealing and roaring. So I'm happy with all the horses. And Royal Flushdale trots beautifully.
I've never heard of this horse.
Who?
It's Simply Chaotic.
That's Steve's horse. Thank you for that odd look on your face. That's the Trixton horse that you picked out of Steve's. Amy doesn't like Trixton. I don't know why. I like Trixton. And as far as Trixton, you can say, we can't compete. Of course they can compete. Most decent sires can compete when they get decent mares. We had Spirited Dio, who was probably one of the toughest trotting mares we've ever had. And she was a good horse. And she was a Trixton.
I actually like Blue Bayou Dio.
I was just going to say, she definitely was not even in the same universe as Spirited Dio.
She should have a foal coming soon.
She's still racing. She raced a month ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I thought they bought her to be a brood.
So did I. They haven't bred her. So Blue Bayou Dio and Spirited Dio, two very, very good horses that come out of our barn by Trixton before you start hating on Trixton. I like Trixton.
Okay, I don't like Trixton males there.
That's fair. I'm sure we've had a decent one, but I don't like how you did that. I can't name one off the top of my head. I withdraw the question. But I think it's very mean that you're going to pick on one gender. It's very sexist of you. Yeah. So Trixton Colt that Steve had bought back and asked us if we'd put it on the site. We did. He's moving well. I like him.
I actually do have
I haven't seen him. He's in Ontario.
I have a video of him. You should probably...
Do you really?
Yeah.
You got to get that to Kelly.
I didn't know that's who that was.
Yeah,
well, I guess that makes sense now.
Yeah.
I just didn't know his name.
So you didn't know that the only colt we had in Ontario that somebody sent you a video was that colt? It doesn't seem like it would be that hard to cross-reference.
Well, I got sent the video before I knew about the situation, so I was like, I don't know why they're sending me this.
Okay, so
like, is it James's horse? I don't know.
It's not. It's Simply Chaotic. All right, who's next?
Solitaire.
Who? No, I said
Solitary.
Solitary, but I was wrong. I made a mistake.
You're missing a D.
I'm missing quite a few letters. Solidarity is his name. I owned it. It was my fault. I called him Solitary for forever. Solidarity, or as Gailey said, Solitary. Solidarity. He was really rude when we broke him because Jason had come to me and said, "Can we geld the solid horse?" I said, "No, he's not being gelded. So if you can't get along with him, you can't go with him. Just have somebody else go with him." That's the not Poppy Rob, Tall Dark Stranger out of Kissing in the Sand. So no, he's not being gelded for quite a while. He's going to have to do a lot to be gelded, I think, for a while. What do you have next?
Steady Volo.
No, he's not. I know you. He's rude, right? Amy doesn't love him. He's a propulsion. I keep thinking he's a Father Patrick.
No.
He's a propulsion. And
rude.
Was he rude? Yeah, well, he's a big. He's a big, good feeling. No, she's a sweetheart. Sweet Grand Slam deal. An absolute sweetheart. Love Grand Slam deal.
You have a short memory.
Well, she never did anything wrong to me. What?
You never harnessed her.
I didn't harness her that much, but I never had a problem with Grand Slam deal. Amy she takes care of Steady Bolo, and he's rude. That's Daniel's horse, by the way.
For the time
he hasn't put any shares up for sale yet of that horse. Now you guys might know when I talk about Daniel. You see him, Daniel Cordina, good friend of mine and a good friend of ours, owns a lot of horses with us, and he bought this horse as an RNA purchase after the sale. So we'll see how that plays out. Steady Bolo, who we got next?
Steph's Hope. I haven't gone with her.
Joe went with her the other day. Said she's beautiful. I've been gone with her. First day I went with her, she did everything perfectly, so I don't get to see them again for a while. Steph's Hope looked good, and I know did everything right the other day, so just a nice filly.
That's our only what the hell.
What you got next?
Supermind.
Supermind? You can tell them about Supermind. You don't mind? We're not taking the bullet points.
Oh,
You're going to have to speak about.
It's very hard to
No, it's not.
talk about them already.
No, it's not. Just tell them you've gone with the horse. Tell everybody
Well, we
about
already
the horse.
talked about it. He hogs on his head check.
A little bit, yeah.
And I just said I don't think he'll last the season without being gelded.
Well, that's very
because
possible.
he just does a few things that I'm trying not to judge him on immediately.
But that wheeling around, you got to put a Murphy blind on him. Then no more of that. Supermind doesn't want to meet Super Anthony.
No, he doesn't do anything. He's not rude at all. He just has some habits that he's picked up on quite quickly. Maybe he's smart.
But maybe he's stupid. I don't know.
Well, his name's Supermind. So. Usually that means...
My name's Genius would mean that I was. So Supermind, trots nice. Who's he by again? Creatine.
I
Right,
picked
that's
him out.
Royal Duchess. That's right. I picked out one, you picked out the other one. Yeah. Why is this dinging? Oh, Lauren's calling. We'll call you back, Lauren. Supermind is a creatine. Well, that's good. Amy's still working on getting this up, so yeah, he trusts her in square. Next.
Sweet Lake.
Sweet Lake. She did hit the gate the other day. That is Captain Luke's sister. Yeah, you answered. Captain Luke's sister. She looks really, really nice. Very happy with what I've seen from Sweet Lake. What do we got next? Tomboy Strong. Tomboy Strong is Muscle Chrome's second foal.
I don't know.
What's wrong?
Not that I know.
Speak.
Is 3 Point normally real bad in the paddock?
I don't think so. But I
Like
don't
washed
know.
out and
Just bath him and put his bridle on him and his hood if he's going to act up in the paddock.
Yeah, maybe just throw his
Bath
hood
him
on.
off
Bath
first.
him, throw his hood on, and leave his bridle on.
Yeah. I don't know what he's like.
I don't know.
What? I'm not going to worry about it. So Tomboy Strong moves nice, but after seeing, I don't
last
play.
time I paddocked him, he was 2.
Okay, we'll call you back in a minute.
Sorry, we're just doing a video, so he's.
Yeah, off the phone. We'll call you back
It's
in a
okay.
minute.
Okay, bye.
Tomboy Strong moves like I don't play nice. Really happy with the way she's gone, but she's going to have to do a lot to really, truly impress me this year because her brother put a pretty sour taste in my mouth last year. I like that colt. I thought he had all the talent in the world. It didn't show up. And my expectations are a little bit lower. She does have a nice gait, but I am going to see her. She's going to have to really wow me to get me on her side for the remainder of the season. But as of right now, she does nothing wrong. Uncle Danny. Have you gone with Uncle Danny?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he rude on the track?
Okay, so I went with him. It's not really fair to comment. I went with him when they had some days off because the weather was bad. So it was like that, and then so they were all a little bit
sharp. Yeah.
So I just found that he was not pulling, but he was aggressive.
He's the other Uncle Peter.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think both the Uncle Peters will be Uncle Geldings before Christmas time. I don't mind them. I've just seen this many, many, many times before. I don't think we ever had an Uncle Peter stud, did we? Maybe had one.
No.
I'm thinking we had one. And he was really sweet, but I can't remember who it was. Who was Slim Jimmy by?
No.
I think so.
No.
Yeah? I think he was. That might have been the one that was the stud. Anyway, he was a what the hell, or he was an Uncle Peter, but I think he was an Uncle Peter. And you don't have to email me if I'm right. I'm going to look here in just a second. And then Woodmere Bullet. We don't know anything about Woodmere Bullet. Woodmere Bullet is a Jamie Smith production. That is Smitty. He has Woodmere Bullet in PEI. He's going to remain there, train him down with his other 2-year-olds, and race him as a maritime bred. He liked the horse a lot. Very, very well-bred horse. So completely sold out, and hopefully we have a good run with Woodmere Bullet next year. So those are all your babies. We are 1 hour out of 1 hour right now out of the Meadowlands. I will talk to you all very soon. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. we will do more videos tomorrow. We'll finish up your weekend of videos. Couldn't do the opening. Obviously, it'd be unfair to do the opening with the Breeders' Crowns up. Expectations are being what they are. Still want to watch the horses race. And, you know, some of what I'm going to talk about tonight when we get interviewed is quite frankly how proud I am to be in the Breeders' Crown. You know, everybody would say, well, you know, you're long shots. Okay, where's your horse? It's tough.
Someone said that?
People, you know, talk about this horse, that horse. Listen, time is on my side belongs here, as does Memento Mori. Dad said, you know, he's a nice little horse, you know, if things go your way. I said, well, the one thing people forget, things, you know, always have to things go your way. The 10 hole is a tough place to leave from. But the one thing I'm certain of, there isn't another trotter in that division that has remotely trotted as fast as him. I guess remotely is not fair, but it is a feather in his cap and our cap that he does have the world record for a 2-year-old gelding. So, Memento Mori's no slouch. If he gets a chance to race, you know, I'm going to be honest with everybody. You all know what's going to happen, and this video is going to be posted after. I'm going to take him back. We're going to need luck, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tonight in the Meadowlands. But for right now, you guys have a great rest of your weekend. It is a beautiful, beautiful